Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomat YouTube channel, everybody. Lanny, Bert, you know us by now. We're the Dividend Diplomat. We are talking to you again about another week of purchasing undervalued dividend growth stocks and low-cost ETFs. So get ready, everybody. Get hyped. Let's see, did we cross the $2,000 total invested mark once again? We'll find out today.
Guys, before we dive in, definitely do us all a favor, smash that subscribe button, give this video a nice thumbs up. We're going to keep putting out content during this volatile 2022. I know gas and other prices are painful at the pump, but hopefully prices are more palatable on dividend stocks that we're buying.
That's right, and they absolutely are here, Lanny, because as the stock market continues to fluctuate, we have been finding over the last few months several great, strong, undervalued dividend growth stocks continue to decrease in value, presenting very strong buying opportunities. What's been fun for the two of us, though, we haven't had to really establish a lot of new positions over the last few months. We've been able to nibble at our positions, keep adding small amounts of shares, lower that cost basis, and really build strong, full positions in our portfolio.
Couldn't agree more, Bert. That's why we continue to invest no matter what in the stock market, whether it goes up, like we've seen it over the last 3 weeks, or whether it goes down, as the S&P 500 has been down year to date. We stay invested because we can't predict the future. And if you're still out there earning money and saving money, don't try to time the market, because 9.9 times out of 10, you can't.
Yeah, and if you are able to successfully time the market once, I would consider yourself lucky, and I would not think that you can continue to repeat that, because as Lanny said, the odds of beating the stock market in the long run are not very good.
Oh, exactly. So, Bert, let's dive in. We put our capital to work. We added to our forward passive income stream. And guys, we're showing you the stocks that we're buying just so that you at least understand, like, hey, we are putting our money to work. And we hope that you guys are all doing the same. The stocks that we feature, obviously, they're, you may not own them. You may not be watching them. Share your stock in the comments below so we have an idea of what you're buying, in addition to you having an idea of what we're buying, baby.
And that's the beauty of this channel and all the other dividend investing channels, is we're working together to help find all of these stocks to buy and help educate each other on all the different buying opportunities there are out there.
Birdie, you want me to kick things off with the stock purchases this week?
You're wearing the hat, so I think it's only appropriate for you to do so, Lanny.
All right, you guys know the drill by now, so I'll keep this, try to be short and sweet here. Vanguard. I buy ETFs every single Monday with my wife and I. We buy 2 shares each, 4 shares total of Vanguard's high dividend yield ETF. We buy this because we're looking to get financial freedom sooner. So the yield on it is it's probably about 2 times the S&P 500. Plus it has a decent dividend growth rate in that 6 to 8% range. So in total, we bought 4 shares on Monday, or technically, isn't it on Tuesday, May 31st. At $111.41, deploying a total capital, gosh, call it $445, added $12.40 at a yield of 2.78%. So that was Vanguard, VYM. But guys, we weren't done. Sorry, Bert, we weren't done with Vanguard. I also buy $50 a day into Vanguard's S&P 500 ETF. VOO. This is me saying, hey, I'm not still trying to time the market. I'm going to grab shares or partial shares along the way each day automatically. So every morning, 9:30 a.m., an automatic trade triggers, $50 a day. This is now the second week where I didn't deploy anything more because the market was going up. So I wasn't adding more as it was going up. So I did $250 total. Added 0.65932 shares, not a whole share yet again. And it's funny because last week, the average price was about $365. This week, the average price was $379. So gives you a little bit of flavor of what's been happening in the market. Added $3.66 in forward income from Vanguard's VOO at a yield of now 1.46%.
What's cool about this strategy is there's news released every day about what's going on in the economy. It doesn't matter what's happening with inflation. It doesn't matter what's happening with interest rates. It doesn't matter if the housing market's slowing down. It doesn't matter what the jobs reports are telling you. Good news, bad news, you are still buying at least $50 per share in VOO. That's fantastic.
Yeah, appreciate it. So guys, in total, then you can probably summarize that we dropped about $700 in Vanguard ETFs for the week, adding around $15 to $16.
Nice little golf clap there, Lanny. So just go get the ball, tip the cap, and head on to the next hole. Invest like a boss, baby.
All right, guys. We're talking swag here. Just remember to get some swag from the Dividend Diplomats at the store right here below the video. Oh, Bert, you are buying stocks. Let's hear it from you.
All right, we've been buying our weekly purchases right now. My wife and I both kicked off the week again, May 31st, with 1 share each of Johnson & Johnson at $178, right when the market opened there for J&J, a hair under 180. We're still adding $4.52 of Johnson & Johnson. The yield at the time of this purchase was 2.54%. So in total, over $9 of J&J. It's funny, Lanny. I thought we were getting some relief there on the Johnson & Johnson price. Several weeks ago, we were buying it with a yield closer to 2.6 or in the 2.7 range, heading back down to 2.5. But still, I'll take it.
You'll take it, Bert. You know why you'll take it?
Why is that?
Because you're still buying other dividend stocks along the way. Before we jump into your other positions, I'll jump in because one of the stocks that we featured on my June 2022 dividend stocks to buy right now. It was the old Italian, it was the old paisan. Hey, pass the boss over here, I bought Armanino Foods, ticker symbol AMNF, bought a total of 50 shares of this, food service company over here, $3.43 on average. A whopping $171.50 was deployed at a 3.5% yield, added $6 from those 50 shares.
Love it. What's fun about this position is you mentioned it in that watch list video. So again, check it out if you haven't already, is that you were marching towards not 1 share of Armanino, not 2 shares, but 1,000 shares of the company. At the time you made this purchase, I think you said that pushed you close to 900, I believe, Lanny. I don't know the exact number, but
closing in on 900. Almost how many shares do you probably own of J&J by now?
Yeah, 975. It's about the same. Potato, tomato.
I feel like you own more shares of J&J for some reason.
Well, we each have 75 shares. We have a lot of Johnson & Johnson after this.
That's a ton. That's 150 plus shares.
I know we're both working towards getting to 100 shares each.
And you just got that dividend.
That is right. We did. You bet it. So I know we're not here. So that was over a $200 dividend there from Johnson & Johnson combined. Cha-ching. All right. So you added to your Armanino Foods of distinction position. Can't forget the distinction there. Exactly. RIP Razor there with the
Bert, you stepped up. You put the hat on backwards because there was a dividend. Is this the dividend king that you've been adding to almost each week now?
That is. We are. Well, we did take a couple weeks off this position, but the price continued to fall. And you know what? In the spirit of what you did with another company that you were going to talk about here in a second, I looked at our position. I'm like, it's not quite full yet. It's a new position in 2022, so I'm going to be aggressive in trying to make it a full position. That company, Stanley Black & Decker, ticker symbol SWK. We now own about, after this purchase, so it's either between 13 and 15 shares. I don't have the exact number off the top of my head. We bought 2 shares at $114.61 at a total cost basis of $229.22. Their yield is climbing. It's actually higher than Johnson & Johnson's yield. Their yield is 2.76. So this purchase is adding $6.32 to our forward dividend income. Overall, though, I started buying Stanley Black & Decker around 130. We initially bought a few shares. Earnings, guidance, forget about it. The market fell down to in the low 120s. When I bought it at the time, it was in the low 110s. So you know what? Screw it. We're going to keep building our position in this company.
That's awesome. Couple shares, Bert. Congratulations. You're just adding to Dividend Kings at this point. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if there's going to be a position that you're going to build in the long run, I feel pretty decent about Stanley Black and Decker, that they're going to make it through good times and bad. And you know why, Lanny? Because they demonstrated their ability to do so and increase that dividend along the way.
That's what the proof is in the pudding for dividend investing, guys. So I'm going to take the ball back from Bert, the herd over there. Guys, another stock that was on the dividend stock watch list. Wow, I could have almost bought maybe all three. We'll have to see. So, guys, the next dividend REIT I bought was STOR Capital. Warren Buffett, get out of my way. I bought 4 more shares of STOR Capital, STOR, $27.15. The nice single owned real estate. Let's go. Single tenant. Let's go. $107.69 was deployed, adding. Oh, actually, it was $108. I apologize. Was deployed at $6.16 was added in forward income. Guys, the yield on STOR Capital right now is 5.67%. The reason why I like that is because there seemed to be some safety in the dividend, as well as the dividend growth rate on this REIT historically has been north of 5%. So when you combine that with the yield, it's very solid. So we'll see what that increase is like later in the year for STOR Capital. I was happy with owning 200 shares that you guys helped me and pushed me to get. So now we're well over 200 plus shares of STOR Capital.
There it is. Hopefully those 4 shares came from Buffett himself. We'll say they did, but who knows? I'll take this back here. I'll round out my purchases for the week with the smallest purchase we had. When we've had a small extra cash laying around in one of my wife's accounts, we're adding and continuing to build a very small position she has. Let's go to the banking sector, Lanny, our favorite sector. Provident Financial, ticker symbol PFS. You better be sitting down here, Lanny, for the number of shares that we added. 2 shares of Provident Financial at a price of $22.81. The yield was 4.21%. So we added a nice calm $1.92 to our forward dividend income.
So, guys, a good point here. First off, PFS, love that community bank. But, guys, it doesn't matter if you put in $1 in, $10, $50, $100. They just put in $45 acquiring assets that produces income at a yield of 4.2%. This could be the easiest way to just start getting that snowball rolling, adding an income stream to what you have, whether you're earning money as a wage, interest income in your savings account. Dividend income is another easy passive income stream to start.
Yep, and luckily we have brokerages now that all offer free trades. I know Lanny and I do, almost all of them do. And that would be one of those things, if you aren't in a brokerage that lets you trade for free, that might be time for you to consider switching to one. Lanny, that was my last stock purchase. I'm good for the week. My section's done. Bring it home, Lanny. Round third, head home, finish out your weekly purchases.
All right, guys, we'll try to get to the point here on these ones too. I've been talking about Lionel Basel for a lot. Is it a dividend growth stock now? They're on my watch list for June. I bought 1 share, $107.69. Added $4.76. So 1 share provided a nice little chunk there, 4.42%. Again, not done. Bought 6 more shares of Jackson Financial, ticker symbol JXN. Stock price at the time of the purchase on that Friday, June 3rd, $34.79, deploying $209, adding about $13 in forward dividend income at a yield of just over 6.3%.
You love it. Jackson Financial was the company I was talking about earlier, where you started that position just a few weeks ago. You said, screw it, I'm going to get this to a full position. And every week you keep adding more, but it's a nice solid position. You're not messing around by just investing in 1 share of Jackson Financial, 2 shares. You are going all in and getting
for the block. Yeah, have almost 100 shares. That's kind of like my goal. When I get to 100 shares, have that full position, almost there.
We entered this video saying, did we cross $2,000 total invested? Let's find out and answer that question here. My wife and I added to our Johnson & Johnson positions. We added to our Stanley Black & Decker position. We added to our Provident Financial position. In total, we put $630.84 into the market, adding $17.28 to our forward dividend income and an average yield of 2.74%. So Lanny, that means, let's see, did you purchase $1,369 worth of stock, which will get us to the 2,000 mark?
I did not.
Oh,
I bought $1,292.17, just about $77 shy. Added $46 though in passive income, which hey, almost $4 a month I just added at a yield of 3.57%. Those high yielders are really helping jolt that overall yield on my purchases. Again, not going too high. Jackson in that 6% range is probably about as high as I'd like to buy yield, but hey, there we go. Added again $46 in forward income.
so everybody, let us know the stocks that you are purchasing. Tell us, are you buying the same companies as us? Are you watching them, or are there some that you're just avoiding altogether? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Give this video a nice thumbs up. That's what it's all about, everybody.
Guys, we're all in this together. We're all trying to navigate through the volatility, trying to support each other. We're here to give you not just news, but increases, stocks to buy, stocks that we're buying. We're putting it all out there for the crew. Definitely check out the blog and the Twitter handle. That links are all in our description. Guys, we appreciate it. That was Bertha Hurt and Laney from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.